Good morning, everyone. How are we doing today? It is Sunday, April 11th. How you doing today? This is your daily financial news. This is a news show that has been going on for 2 years plus, every single day, Monday through Sunday, holidays, birthdays, all of that stuff. We do it at 7:30 every day except Thursdays. We do it at 7 a.m. In addition to that, we produce our expert series Monday through Friday, where we interview multimillionaires to try and help you be a little bit better. We tackle important topics, and of course, we just have some fun. So, I don't know if you know, but I really look forward to Sundays. Sundays are kind of my day to reassess the week that you and I have been through together. It also allows me to look into the future. It's kind of that, I don't know, it kind of feels like a hump day for me. Not like in a week, because for me, every day is Saturday, I kind of say. It's kind of a nice place to be. But it is interesting to look at the past and the future, and that's what I do on Sunday. Today's extra special. We're going to talk to two of my students. The first one up, I believe, is Corey. We're going to talk about how he just landed his seventh deal. We're going to break it down, talk about what he is doing. And then we have Arthur after that. Arthur's kind of unique. He has been following me and kind of bumped in the same circles in software for 10 or so years. I think he saw me first at the original Bigger Pockets event in Colorado way back when. I think he was following me when I was writing for Bigger Pockets. So it would be good to catch up with him. Kind of one of those people I helped before I knew that's what I wanted to do. So it would be interesting to see what he is doing. And I think he's in Bakersfield, I think. So it will be a lot of fun. And of course, don't forget to smash that like button. Thanks, Mike, for the reminder. If you saw the headline for this video, I was having a little bit of fun. And if you haven't, here it is. Do you know who the number one Florida real estate agent is? Yes, it is the governor of New York. It looks like he has decided and passed increased taxes, taking the highest tax rate in New York to over California. So, yes, I no longer live in the highest tax state now that belongs in New York. But doesn't it feel like horrible timing? I mean, Wall Street, for all intents and purposes, is a ghost town. Plenty of organizations, and I've actually shared with you over the last 90 days or so, maybe 6 months, have already quote unquote created satellite offices in Florida. And now, if you're going to attack, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It will be interesting to see who comes back. I suspect Wall Street isn't what it used to be, and maybe that's a good thing. I'm not going to judge. I just think when you tax 2% of the population who are already contributing over 50% of total revenue, that and it's not that they don't mind. I don't know. I just think it's the attack. I don't necessarily think it's the taxes. Clearly, these people have the money, but when you vilify them in the media, it's like, hey, I don't want to be here, right? I'm a target. So I think that's going to be interesting to see. And unfortunately for New Yorkers, what's going to happen if even if 10 or 15% of these people leave, the taxes are going to fall on the middle class. Middle class is going to see a tax increase because what you're going to see is New York is going to continually run a horrible budget. They're going to expect all of this tax revenue. It's not going to show up, and you're going to expect one of two things: services go down or taxes on the middle class. It's kind of a proven, that's like economics 101. And then just for fun, do you know who the number one agent in Texas and Las Vegas is? Yes, this individual has earned number one status in two markets, actually one state and a market. And that is, of course, the only governor I like to talk about with his name, and that is the governor of California. He needs to go. He is opened the door and kicking people out. So, yeah, it's just fun to think about. I think those were two memes, and you could see a lot of truth in those. So I thought those were pretty fun. Again, when you have quality of life plummet, remote work is an option in better weather. I think Florida is going to see a lot of kind of big banks, wealth management really take off. It is going to be interesting. Another thing I am starting to look at is there's a lot of leverage in the stock market today. That's both margin and options. And if anybody knows my story, and most of you do, if you've been watching for any length of time, I got into that 20 years ago and was winning until I wasn't. And I just wonder just how many weak hands are in the market today, right? If there's a 3 or 4% move in a 48-hour period, how many of those folks just get washed out? Margin calls, all of that. We've seen it in the news with, I forget the name, Archipelago or whatever the hell it was. The guy that was worth 20 billion is now worth nothing. If he can lose all that money for bad bets over leverage, I wonder how many people, I just wonder, right? I think there's a lot of concentrated bets out there, and the great rotation, I think, is going to teach some of them a lesson, and that is unfortunate. So, yes, Archegos, that's what it was. Thank you. Again, I put out a video yesterday, purposely titled, I think it was Scary and Terrifying Real Estate Metrics or something like that. You need to take a look at that because, again, I see good news ahead. I see opportunities for you and I as investors. I see the market, the tsunami of demand kind of retreating and supply increasing, and it's going to be almost a normal market. Can you imagine? It's been 14 months since we've had a quasi normal market. But realize as listings come, and I think they're going to double, right? I think they're going to go from 1 million to 2 million here faster than most people think. You're going to hear all kinds of negativity. You're going to hear inventory doubles, days on market explodes. Got to watch that video. You got to inoculate yourself. You got to get immune to that. Don't let that negativity help you avoid the awesome. This is how opportunities are created, folks. I'm telling you, the headlines in 2010 were kind of the same things. And I don't know about you specifically, but a lot of people got scared because the headlines were negative, where in reality, they were awesome news for investors. So if you're one of my followers, and especially if you're one of my students, stay diligent. Focus 10 to 20 minutes a day, daily execution, because I'm already seeing the early signs of inventory. Watch it. My other students are telling me your market may not be there yet, but it is coming. Consumers have taught me they are consistent over the last 30 years. And trust me, people have been cooped up for 14 months sitting on all this equity, suddenly are going to go, honey, we need a bigger, better place. It is going to happen. We are going to get, we have been waiting for quality differences. And as I said in the video yesterday, the fact that junk sells at retail prices today won't be that way in the very near future. If you're not ready, get ready because it is coming. Jeremy Siegel, somebody I watched a lot of years ago. I don't watch as much anymore because he's kind of always bullish. But he did, and he's a Wharton School professor, if you don't know who he is. But he is talking about the stock market going up another 30%. But the reason I brought this up isn't because of the 30%, but is because a lot of the concentration is going to unravel, because he is talking about the market, the S&P, the NASDAQ, the Dow. What I've been warning you about, the great rotation is coming. So some of these concentrated, highly leveraged top 6, top 10 stocks probably get some haircuts as money goes into cruise lines and airlines and grocery stores and just all other things, because our economy is going to boom. We are 1 foot into the light and the other foot is coming very quickly. Everybody I talk to thinks the economy is going to be roaring for several years. I'm not willing to talk past 2 or 3, but it's going to be fun. We're going to smile and not be, nervous and scared and all that nonsense. In the end, the other thing that Jeremy talked about, which I do agree with, is he sees inflation peaking at 5%. Think about that. 5%. And yet the Fed says no inflation. I think we have the CPI this week. I think it's Tuesday. I think it's going to be muted because it's kind of older data, non-relevant. But boy, next month, watch out for that after PPI goes up 4.3. That's not going to be good. So in the end, I also think wages go up. I think wages are pulled up as we kind of accelerate. I think there will be competition for talent. That is something we have been missing. And yeah, I think it's going to be a good couple of years. And again, the world is going to open up at different times, which is net good, right? You wouldn't want them all open at the same time. It would be, I think that would rip it apart because demand would be, you just couldn't quench demand. I think we're going to be able to do it now. So again, I'm excited by what's coming. I hope you are. If you're interested in real estate investing, now's the time to do the work. Got to learn your market. Got to understand average so that you can be ready to write good or great offers. And I look forward to talking to Corey and Arthur later to see what they are doing. Remember, today's a great day to make some money. Let's be better than yesterday. Take care. Bye-bye.